Hey, wake up. New Wicked trailer just dropped. What? What are you wearing? When did you get dressed?
Let's do this. Oh my god, hey.
Hello.
Welcome back to my theatre-themed YouTube channel. My name is Mickey Joe.
And I'm Aeron James.
We are engaged, and we both like musicals.
Yes.
Yes. Specifically, both big fans of the musical Wicked, as evidenced. We are very excited for the upcoming film. There's a brand new trailer that's been released today. We've been covering many of the trailers and many of the teasers and what little information has been dribbling out about the film for so long. Now we're getting like lots of frequent regular updates, lots of new little featurettes, lots of, oh my god, associated merchandise. Can we discuss the Wicked merchandise?
Bits of merch.
That's a whole nother video for another time. Today, we're going to react to the newly released trailer. If I seem a little bit nervous, it's because these things always make me nervous. We're going to watch the trailer through in real time, and then we are going to see if there's any new pieces of information, if anything else is revealed, what we can infer as the pseudo-experts, fans of the show who've seen it several times.
Here we go.
Fellow Aussians, the Wicked Witch of the West is dead.
Snapshot.
Same opening lyrics as No One Wants a Wicked.
Everything that happened before Dorothy.
The shoes!
Why does that look like Quidditch?
Don't let her get
Oh, stop
away.
invading. Monkeys.
Burning witch.
Flames.
Let me tell you the whole story.
New dialogue. Pink and
The
green
pink
Universal
and green
logo.
Universal logo is
Our
fab.
paths did cross
Oh, the entrance to Shiz.
at school.
I love that she has to take a boat entrance, and then it looks very like Venice coded.
Oh, you're green.
That's different.
I am.
That's different delivery.
Different tone, yeah.
Yeah. Was the Universal logo just green in the previous one?
She had a
I think
secret.
so.
Has it been Glindified? Oh.
Absolutely remarkable.
Oh, Marble.
Why are you whispering?
I feel like they made Marble.
We haven't heard this before.
No.
Dog.
Why is it your
No lion cub.
It's the baby lion!
I don't cause commotions. I am one.
Kellen.
Some of us are just different.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Arriving.
Nessa Rose.
Waiting for live.
Anything.
Okay.
Crying. Pre-broken window.
Yeah.
Still have questions.
I know.
Different.
That was clean.
Different.
Just follow the road. Still need you raped.
Munchkin Man Siren.
Yeah. Yeah. Seen this.
Ring monkeys.
That's very Rachel Tucker coded. Echo.
The best way to bring folks together.
Yes. Fight them with that broom. What is this boat? Grimmery.
Maybe the boat is how they get to the ballroom.
Wicked witch.
That's very, like, calm.
Don't be afraid.
It's the wizard who should be afraid of me.
The wizard that there is or was is
The-
ever
the wizard that-
gonna bring.
Ring. The triumph of that final chord. Oh, November 22nd. Clear your calendars. Clear our calendars. Even the first few, when we started to get the look at it, that's the one that's made me the most excited, because it's soon now and it's real.
Yeah, and there's
not like
so
next
many
year.
vocal differences.
Yes.
That I have questions. Like the Wicked Witch line, the Morrible line there was completely different to how we've heard it in the last one.
I didn't even pick up on that, but okay, let's go back through frame by frame. We're going to talk kind of ongoingly from our previous videos. If you haven't watched any of our previous Wicked trailer reaction videos and you have a couple hours to kill, I would suggest going and looking at those first, because we're building on prior learning here. We're not going to talk through everything. Let's slow it right down. So this is a new shot with this, I was about to say, and it's entirely green, and it's still the glasses.
It's not. I think take them off for
Okay,
this.
yeah. Entering this dusty room here.
This looks like it's the Kyomiko.
It could be the attic. There's like, I'm seeing like green curtains, and it's like
Oh, but maybe then
dusty,
that's the room.
neglected,
Yeah.
and it looks like a different floor to then
Yeah.
this shot that we've seen of the hat in the pool of water with the smoke coming off of it. That is right at the beginning. That is, she's melted. Okay, so then we have Glinda coming in the bubble.
Bubble with a big sofa that she's casually sat on.
Looking iridescent as. We've seen these shots
I'm always
before.
intrigued that they've gone for the pink. I guess because it relates for most of the film.
Yeah. Jonathan Bailey wearing those trousers. This is dancing through life, spinning around in this very cool library.
The big train.
Elphaba and the big train.
The shoes.
The shoes. The
are
silver shoes.
That makes sense because in Wicked, the musical, you see how they go from silver shoes, which are Netereza's shoes, to red. And that's for heat.
No, because they're still silver afterwards. They're briefly red during the transformation. This is Mandela effect nonsense.
Yeah.
Because I, for years, thought the shoes turned red in the show, and they don't. They are lit
It's just
red
for light,
during the transformation, and it's like a nod to the ruby slippers. But in the original The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, the book, the shoes are silver. Maybe in Wicked they'll go silver to red.
Maybe.
But that'll
Maybe
be in the
that'll
second
linked.
film.
Yeah.
That'll be in part 2. And
So they'll be silver for the whole of the first one.
from what we believe, everything shown in this is all contained within part 1.
Yeah.
We're seeing no part 2 film footage here, which is what makes it intriguing that we do see Dorothy and friends, broomstick in hand, post-witch melting.
So this feels like it's the start where it'll be like maybe a Glinda, maybe an Elphaba voiceover at the very start.
I'm
It's
gonna,
like,
yeah,
you heard this, and then we'll see like this like highlighty like bit of seeing the Dorothy story.
I'm gonna push the boat out and say it starts with the hat, and then this. I'm going to go as far as to say I can tell you what bit of music is going to be underneath this. I think this is going to be la 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 ba da ba da 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 da, and then we build towards like the mob anarchy scenes with the poster and then the burning and there's good news. Anyway, what's this ball that? Oh, I know exactly what that is.
It's sports.
Good at sports.
Good at sports.
You'll be good at sports with this ball that flies out of her suitcase.
Because she has everything that she needs.
Can we talk about the loofahs for sleeves? Like,
or like they're meant to be like big flowers.
It's like lush
roses,
couture.
yeah.
It's Bed Bath & Beyond, just right on the shoulder there. This is the banner unfurling.
This is in Munchkinland.
Is this like... See, I always thought this was like a Fear the Witch, like, propaganda thing, but I think this might be celebratory of the fact she's died. This is a party banner.
Celebrating the witch.
Because it's showing, is she melting in there? Is she
it's on the fire.
Yeah, this is right after she's looked out the window. We saw that shot in the previous trailer of her looking.
This is when she's found out that all the
seeing
monkeys
all the
can
monkeys.
fly.
We said it in the last one. There was a little bit of difference here because previously she didn't know about all the other monkeys or the fact that the monkeys were kind of militarized until after the Spanish history.
Like in the musical, it's just Chistery, and all the other monkeys are surprised that how could she have changed all of them?
Yeah, and she doesn't know kind of the nature of
and the whole
their
reason,
employment.
The whole reason that she's able to do it to them as well was because they're hidden in the same room. So when she does it, it happens to all of them. Whereas I don't know how it would work.
Storytelling seems a bit different.
Because we see them on the way in, but I think that's a bit wide to then be like, how many monkeys? How much of a rate? Like how many kilometers does it have to be?
I want a gif of you saying, how many monkeys then with the sassy head thing? Because I feel like that's funny out of context. We see the burning witch effigy. This is again good news. She's dead. Look, the face is green. There's a bit of green on the face there with moss or some such. We see this shot of her hand looking nervous.
The little ring.
Glinda goes to comfort her. Significance of the ring, I wonder.
Maybe her mother?
Maybe her mother. I assume not Fiyero. And then this Universal logo that's green and pink.
Yeah.
As is the Wicked movie logo.
Yeah.
But I feel like we had an earlier trailer where it was just
I think it was just all green before.
And like Wicked has always leaned into the green.
Yeah.
But as they learned with their recent 20th anniversary, they had a green show and a pink show.
Yeah.
They did green and pink.
You got to celebrate Glinda too.
You do.
The canal entrance to Shears.
Yeah.
They all arrive via boat.
Via boat, yes.
Which is very unique.
Looking at those white cliffs, Shiz might be located in Dover.
I like the fact that the packet, the luggage is reminiscent of how Glinda enters into Shears in the musical.
True.
So
That feels like a nod to the visuals from the show. Then we see this shot.
Can I recognise anybody in the back?
I don't think I recognise anyone here. And then we said that the line readings in this were different to the ones they'd used before, but we'll go back and we'll listen to it all subsequently after we've looked at all these frames. We've seen this lamp lighting sequence before.
This is just before Dancing Through Life or during Dancing Through Life.
They're either on their way or they're coming back.
This is Morrible teaching Elphaba.
Yes, we've seen this exact sequence previously. She breaks something.
I do question the decision to make Morrible very clearly like the villain.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like this whole film, like, there's no there's no kind of way of hiding who she is. It's just very, for me, it seems too clear. Because there's not going to be that payoff in Act 2 of, like, what Morrible does and that build-up.
Or is it just that we're reading into it like that because we already know that's the nature of her
No, because
character?
even the posters make it so obvious.
The poster looks villainy, I will give you that.
And there's, like, how they place her and how they time her is how you time it, is how you show a villain in a film trailer.
I guess surely thousands, tens of thousands of people have seen Wicked.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people, in fact, have seen Wicked. So to what extent are you, like, withholding spoiler content in the marketing? But also, I think it's because Michelle has this discernibly different interpretation of the character. She's not doing the campy, jolly,
Yeah, she's not doing
Dame
the like,
thing.
lovable thing. It's more...
Yeah, like Grande Dame.
Yeah.
It's a little different. She's more sort of stern and austere. Carrying on, we saw the shot of Cynthia as Elphaba, flower in her hair, mid-popular Ariana telling her, "Why, Miss Elphaba, you're beautiful," or something like that.
Yeah, that's Wizard and I.
It's got to be. You can tell from the way she's moving her mouth that she's singing.
100% the Wizard and I.
What do you think is the exact vocal moment of the leaping through the air?
I mean, it could be the Bring Me Down.
That is, in fact, Defying
Why am I
Gravity.
singing with Defying Gravity?
It's either half of Ozzy's favourite team lands.
Do you think she'll do a Marvel
Oh, man,
land?
like a superhero land.
Like a superhero landing. Down, down. The Wizard and I.
It could also be, it could be with me, and I'll stand there. It could be somewhere around.
I mean, either way, that's still a
crescendo.
superhero landing.
But I'd go as far as to say it's definitely Wizard and I. Or, huge plot twist, and they've put back in Making Good. Like, this is what I thought was Toto. It's not.
It's brr.
But can we talk about what this is invoking?
It's invoking Miss Gulch.
It is. It's Miss Gulch on the bicycle with the lion cub on the back, except she's trying to save the animal rather than trying to, like, have Toto be taken in. It's the opposite idea. It's the whole reclaiming what Elphaba actually cares about. That's so clever, because we never see Elphaba on a bicycle in the stage production.
It's interesting, actually, even just seeing how much more time we're spending with the lion cub.
Mm-hmm.
That we'll actually maybe see what they reference that the lion cub does.
It does look very sweet.
Very
we
cute.
see
And you know what his name is?
lion cub.
No.
You've told me this before.
It's brr. It's B, and I think it's 5 R's. 4 or 5 R's, that's his name.
Like Aaron Burr,
He's just called Brr.
like Burger King.
He's just called Brr.
And then, see, I don't know if she's cycling, this is my question logistically, if she's cycling the lion cub to the woods in a basket and then drops him off, where is Fiyero in all of this?
Maybe Fiyero's trying to cover the tracks that there, and then comes to her. So, like, is dealing with the mess.
He's just doing up his cufflinks in a way that looks, I'll say it, post-coital.
The ruining the building set makes me wonder if that was when Nessa flies.
Yeah, that's at the beginning.
Okay,
That's like
yeah.
a stop, don't, no.
And that's like to show the extent of her powers.
That's Hairspray, isn't it? Stop, don't, no,
Yeah.
please. It's the wrong musical theatre
Why not? I'm
reference.
a big girl now.
Yeah. Then we see this silhouette shot of her entering the party.
Yeah, this is in Dancing Through Life at the Ulster Ballroom.
It's an interesting choice to give her sleeves on the dress that invoke witchiness. Because in the show, we see her wearing the hat for the first time at that party entrance. That's the first time she wears the hat. But it's not until Defying Gravity on the da-da-da-da-da that she
When
has a
she has
cape
the
on
cape
and
and
she
she looks
stands to
like
her
a
feet and
witch.
holds the broom, and it's the full arrival of, like, she has become the thing that we know her to
Yeah.
be. The backstory is not complete, but we now, like,
Yeah.
Elphaba becomes the
We've
witch.
met the person that we're aware of.
And that, interestingly enough, happens about halfway through Wicked the musical.
Yeah.
So from a storytelling perspective, this probably happens about halfway through the first film, because they don't want to wait right until the end of the film to be like,
Here
the visual
you
of
go.
her as the witch for the first time. So I wasn't sure, but I talked myself into understanding it, because we are seeing this silhouette that's very much like, she's a witch, but with a slightly higher hemline. Everyone else is, what is the dress code for this party?
No, it's very odd.
Nessa Rose looks like Little Red Riding Hood.
It's interesting because Shiz's costumes when they're in school wear is very much invoking the musical. Whereas I feel like Dancing Through Life and The Ulster Ballroom is completely the opposite to how it is in the show.
Some of these people are dressed for Immersive Great Gatsby. Fiyero's dressed for war for some reason. This is them doing the dance. Do 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 do. What is this, Glinda?
Oh, that's her giving I know what this is. That's Defying Gravity. That's her
giving her the
cape.
cape. Oh, but she's crying.
Yeah, it's for crying and being like, here.
I'm putting the cape on, and that's the way she tells her she's not coming with her.
Yeah.
No, oh, they're both crying.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry.
And that's the moment where she's about to fly off.
Yeah, through the already broken window. Now, I'm not going to go all the way back into this, because we
Go
devoted
to
a
the
lot of
last
airtime.
trailer, the reaction, you'll see that Mickey really wants to understand why there's a broken window before she flies out of it.
Yeah, she's about to fly through a pre-broken window, but we've seen shots of her flying through them. I have questions.
I just wonder whether either... We know that they first go up in the hot air balloon and something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So we know that for certain. The hot air balloon does go up there and fails. So either that bangs or something and breaks the glass, or she breaks the glass with the broom.
But I think it was that we'd seen a shot of her flying out through the window. We've seen her fly through a window and break it. But then she flies through, but then there's already broken. So it's like, does she come back? That's my question.
Maybe.
Or are there multiple broken windows? Anyway.
Or maybe the two of them fly on the broomstick first for one of the Defying Gravity choruses.
Maybe she does like a test flight. This is Chistery getting involved, breaking the window at Kiyomiko. That's going to be a scene from the beginning of the film.
Yeah, for the very, very start, same as this one here, because they're all flying out of Kiyomiko, which is...
Oh, little... Who's this?
That's what I was wondering. It felt like it was a reveal of a person.
Little train conductor man. Is that an actor we don't recognise because there's too much like hair and moustache and hat
That's what
going
I was
on?
wondering.
Maybe that's somebody. But I'm not recognising...
It's not Norbert.
It's not Norbert. It's not Joel Grey. And we're expecting to see more UK musical theatre actor cameos because they filmed in the UK.
Yeah.
Other than, we're still assuming Adina and Kristen. I don't know about Norbert.
You'd think so.
You'd hope so. And presumably Stevie Schwartz. This feels like a nod to the man in The Wizard of Oz who they meet, who is the doorman of Oz. And he's like, you can't come in today, or whatever, that whole bit. Then we see this running through.
So this is Munchkinland for Yellow Brick Road.
Now, we think this looks a little too jolly to be the...
I think that this is when we saw in previous trailers where you saw baby Elfie and baby...
I agree with you.
And that part of when she's telling the story of how she grew up. And
I think that's really smart.
how that was. And I think that's what that is. And when we see little Elphaba.
Yeah, we see the lesbian tulips. Which, if you don't know, they planted thousands of tulips in almost exactly the colours of the lesbian pride flag. And I'm like, sure. We see Goldblum, giving it wizard. We've seen this already. We see his big wizard head.
Ah, that's interesting, though. That's him prepping to talk. I think that's when he says guards sees her.
Who do you think he's talking to when he's saying, just follow the road, it'll lead you right to me? It seems like a Dorothy and Friends.
I think it's Dorothy and Friends.
But I don't know why we'd be getting that.
It's either Dorothy and Friends or it's a letter that he sends to Elphaba and it's read out.
Oh, and we see his face. Yeah. Here we see that shot I told you about before.
Her seeing the flying monkeys.
Her seeing the monkeys taking flight. We see them flying all around with their very blue wings. This is the bit we were puzzled by because they're clearly arriving. Monkeys not yet winged, but they see all of the very militarized monkeys. And
which she'd be against anyhow.
And you can tell on her face, it's difficult to imagine a conversation that gets her around to the idea of helping the wizard with the levitation spell after having already seen this. That's where they're going to have to do a little bit of legwork to talk me around to the idea of that, but I'm willing to see how that works.
What do they make specific about Chistery that makes her want to do it?
Yeah. Who's Glinda waving at? She's just waving at a monkey. She's waving at a grumpy monkey. And then Elphaba's like, don't do that.
Yeah. She's like, they have weaponry.
This is her holding the broom for the first time. Window already smashed, you will note. Just saying.
Are we sure that it isn't the broom that arrives via smashing a window?
No, because we've seen another shot of it rising slowly up. This is guards coming through. They've got a lot of stairs to get up. It reminds me of that end of National Treasure when they have to go all the way down the thing. Do you remember that? Oh, traumatizing. This is... Is she on the outside of the window at that point? This looks like she's outside.
Yeah, that is outside.
She's fighting the guards outside the window.
But there's also loads of space.
Does she fly back in, across, and out the other window the other side?
Maybe.
That explains. So Balloon breaks this window. She goes outside. She fights with the guards there. We've seen the shot of her flying over the central gap and through a window at the other side. That's what happens next. Okay, I think I'm finally putting this together. It's important to me. We've resolved Windowgate, potentially.
This is them en route to Dancing for Life.
You can see that that's Fiyero there.
Yeah.
You can see that that's Glinda there next to him. Does Elphaba have to get a boat by herself? Because that's sad. Does she swim? This is...
That's the Grimmery.
This is the
It's
Grimmery.
a very different Grimmery to the one that you used to from the show.
Which we've ascertained because of the way that it folds, doesn't actually function properly.
No, it makes
as
no sense.
A book, or like does each half fold over
It's like,
and then it...
Yeah, it's like...
If that bit folds over that way and that bit folds over that way, you could then pull that forwards, but it just seems very convoluted to me. It's also a magic book, so it doesn't really matter.
No, but it is very confusing how the spine works.
And I was a library staff member for 10 years, so I care deeply about this.
Madame Morrible.
Yeah, this is when she's doing the spell, and they're like, oh my god, she can read the language. This is her putting the hat on. So we see her entering wearing the hat. So the same thing happens here that happens in the musical, where she realizes that the hat was not actually the kind gesture she thought it was, and that she's being made fun of. She takes it off.
She decides to put it back
and then
on
she's
and
like,
own it.
No, fine. Own it. Put the hat back on. And then, look,
that's
smashing out of a window.
I don't fully get what moment that is.
No, because Morrible's already gone up and found Glinda.
And Glinda's with them.
That's like when the guards have all gone up and Morrible's caught up. Unless Elphaba runs off first and then Glinda does her, I'll go get her back. That's what happens in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's that. And I don't know when this is either necessarily, but it's a Bok moment. It's implied that...
Oh, they're doing the same look.
They both look puzzled by something.
Do we know if they're both in... No, because Fiyero is in the...
That's Fiero's dancing through life outfit, I think. And that's not what he's wearing on the Lion Day.
No.
So I'm wondering if that's... Are they watching...
Is that them watching the Nessa thing happen?
Maybe?
Maybe.
I'm not all the way sure about that.
Them.
Yeah. We see Cynthia flying through the sky. Feet are not on the broom. She's just holding on to the broom. Flying up around this tower. And then we see the logo.
That feels like her flying around. In fact, I do wonder if there is like a...
Does a lap.
Yeah.
She's like, cool, the broom works.
I kind of wonder if there's like a fun and flying around so high and defying gravity, and then there's a dramatic.
True, because some of those choruses before the last one still need a little bit of visual.
They're positive, yeah. Because if they're just because it's a film. If they're just standing there until the guards start to come, you're going to get a tiny bit... It doesn't work as well like it does on stage, where them standing kind of still and singing is a moment.
Yeah. Now we're going to listen through one more time and comment on what we are hearing, if that wasn't enough analysis for you.
Fellow Aussians.
So we haven't heard this speech before, but this is Glinda's opening speech. And both of those lines are from the show. That's no new material there, because it's fellow Aussians, let us be glad, let us be grateful. And yes, the Wicked Witch of the West is dead. No one mourns the wicked.
That's the Morrible speech at the end.
Do you know what's interesting, though?
This Wicked Witch.
Yeah, that moment, and I'm talking about the visuals, I know I said we just do audio, but that moment I thought paired with her looking out the window at the monkeys, but she's wearing a hat when she does that, and she's not wearing a hat when she falls against the wall just then. Maybe she takes it off.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I'm curious. That is from the Morrible speech, you're right.
Let me tell you the whole story.
That is a new line.
Yeah.
That is a new line of dialogue. It's not life-changing because it articulates the same idea.
I think that's for when it's she had a mother, she had a child, as all children do. I think it's just because we're not going to sing it, like, completely as...
Yeah, but it's interesting because, and again, spoiler alert, to tell the whole story is not really what she does.
Or... Well, that's weird in general, though, with this film, is who is going to be your... Because I feel like there's going to be a narrator at the start. I don't think it's going to be...
I don't. I think it's... there's no narrator in The Wizard of Oz, and I think it's going to conventionally follow the same kind of a narrative approach.
Our paths did cross.
That's cool.
At school.
At school. That's from the show.
Yeah.
You're green.
Oh, somebody said Dear Oz.
I am.
So, yeah, those that You're Green I Am, that is different line readings to the ones we heard in an earlier trailer, which is interesting. Which means everything we've heard in trailers so far...
Could be real, could be fake.
They could be re-recording any of this vocally, because there were questions about, like, Cynthia's Defying Gravity riff. It has split opinion. I like it, it's a battle cry. I think it sounds uniquely hers. This is from Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
She had her secrets.
This is all Glinda's
Yeah.
opening speech.
Absolutely remarkable.
There is no fight we can.
That's both of them.
Yeah.
Camaraderie.
Why is it
It's a little bit...
Oh, I just realised you could hear Burr make a noise.
You can hear Burr make a noise. It's a little bit... And I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to give Peace a chance. The vocal, as I'm hearing it now, that Defying Gravity moment, is a little bit nasally poppy from both of them. And
It's
just a little...
it's got things on it.
I know. I'm going to need that to sound different by the time we hear it.
always causing
Does that
some
make
sort of commotion?
I don't cause commotions. I am one.
And then we have the dialogue between Fiyero and Elphaba. He's very British. She is giving American, even though she's also British.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Glinda reassuring
Yeah.
her. That's the interesting thing vocally, is the kiss me goodbye. Have we heard that before?
Yes.
Someone in the history of Elphaba
I've heard Elphaba sing that.
has done that riff before, but like there's been so many great vocalists as Elphaba, it's kind of impossible to find a
Yeah.
completely new choice at this point. Down, down. Nice little
It's
pulse there.
really difficult though to know whether this is the song in the show, or is this
Is this just a trailer version?
post credits.
Is this a post-credit? I don't think it's the post-credits.
I don't know because it's just this has been completely edited for this trailer. This is not how
But
you
it's
will hear
so
it in
similar
the film.
to... It won't be that much different to this in the film. And the last thing you will have heard before the end of the film is that. So the post-credits is not going to be like, here's Defying Gravity, again, still sung by Cynthia, but in a slightly different way.
I don't know.
I
There's
know.
normally at least 2 songs in the post credits.
That's edited.
Yeah.
But is it edited in reaction to the backlash to the...
But that's not what they sing in the show either.
No,
That's
because
just
we lacked
very,
the pulse.
very.
We didn't have the pulse and the...
So
That's the most
it's still
basic.
not the. It's not the one that you'd expect to hear.
Yeah, but I will also say for
From the
everyone
way.
saying like she's not done the riff the right way, if you need it to sound exactly like the Adina riff, go listen to the cast recording.
Yeah.
What is the point?
Well, because
of-
none. It's hard. How many Elphabas do it exactly the same? They all have their own little spin.
Train Man giving it a line.
Just follow the road.
This is the bit of Goldblum, sinister wizard voice. That's a Rachel Tuckerism there. If you care to find me, look to the western sky. That's yes. Did that sound like Ariana or Cynthia to you?
I was listening to Jason Goldblum.
I think that Unlimited sounds like Ariana. When would she sing that?
This is why I'm like, is this?
She never sings that. Or they've just expanded it and found a moment for Glinda to have a bit of a solo moment. The Unlimited melody is very important because it's an ode to Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The notes are, it's the same notes, but in a slightly different rhythm. It's unlimited, my future, or together, whatever the lyric is, because it's somewhere over the rainbow. Same notes, because it's the number of notes that you can legally use in a row before it becomes copyright.
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7.
This wicked witch.
Yeah. New line reading there from Michelle as Morrible.
What was he? Oh, Sven. It wasn't a completely different take on.
This wicked witch.
That's still Ariana.
Maybe this is just for the trailer, and it's just
Yeah.
like riff around it and do some extra vocal bits for the trailer. I do not know. I do not know what we're hearing at this point. I have such questions. Worth saying, they also released... Mattel have like teased the release of
The singing.
the Wicked Dolls that sing, and so we heard a little bits of vocals from those, and I was like, is this film vocals that
Yeah.
we're hearing? Is this from...
I think
an
that will
album?
be from the film.
And hilarious that the first way we heard some of those vocals
Yeah.
is through the doll release.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be
It's
afraid.
the wizard who should be afraid of me.
Tell him.
Wizard that there is or was.
I have an issue here.
They've cut. That's funny because it's just she's about to carry on with the phrase, but it makes it sound completely different.
Does she not say the wizard that there is or was? Because the lyric is, nobody in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was.
Let me have a listen.
Because you can't say the wizard that there is or was. That doesn't make sense grammatically.
Wizard who should be afraid of me.
The wizard that there is or was.
Sounds like the wizard that there is or was.
I think that's just an edit that they've made because it doesn't make sense how they've used it.
Oh, they've fixed it for the trailer, you mean?
This is very like, how do we make it work for the trailer? But this isn't, because it's not in context.
Same people who confused Everyone Deserves a Chance to Fly and The Chance to Fly, which arguably doesn't matter that much, but, you know, fans have been waiting 20 years for this film, and they're like, you better get it right. All that fun side note, and I think I mentioned this before, it was Ariana Grande on set, apparently, who told Jon M Chu, you can't cut that, that's Bible, for various important lines. I assume the likes of, like, pink goes good with green, and, like, random things like that. But for everyone, it was all the die-hard theatre fans who were complaining about Ariana Grande being on that set, and she's the one representing for you.
She's making sure that it's all there.
Yeah.
That's different.
Bring. Never heard that.
No.
Never heard that once in my life. I love that.
Cool down. Although that down sounds very Glee. That down, the down that they're singing is the down that comes after later. It's just been brought forward.
I don't think it is, because that would have a down. If they've cut that top note out of it, I'm going to be very sad, because the highest you're hearing here is down.
Yeah, it's there.
Let me sing the bit before and see if it makes sense. Oh. I'm still not getting enough of the down. I still want more of the down. I don't know. I just do. Anyway, that's the new Wicked trailer, everybody.
There's the new Wicked trailer.
Evidently, we have strong feelings about it, as I'm sure do all of you. Comment below with all of your thoughts and feelings. I don't know if we're going to get another substantial one between now and...
I think we'll get a final trailer.
There's not that much more for them to show us.
No, but I think we've still got enough time for a final.
Yeah. But within the next couple of months, you might be seeing, like, what I thought of the Wicked film content right here on my channel.
Yeah.
My gosh and my goodness.
What do you want to see Mickey else comment on? Do you want him to talk through the merch or through...
Yeah, let us know what Wicked movie content you want to see. We might make some of it on TikTok and Instagram, so go follow both of us on those platforms as well. You can find my lovely stagey fiancé Aeron James at Aeron James UK. Yep. AERON, and you can find me on all of the social media platforms at Mickey Joe Theatre. Thank you for joining us for the brand new Wicked trailer. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. Okay, maybe I'm happy with it. Maybe it's okay. Yeah. For 10 more seconds, I'm Mickey Joe Theatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching. Have a stagey day. Subscribe!